All right, good dawning. Welcome to another episode of Good Dawning with myself, Mr. Floyd, or Josh, or yes, that channeling dude. Either, whatever works. Good dawning, guys. Welcome. Grateful to have you all here. Grateful family. This doesn't work without the family. As Mr. Floyd, it's Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd and family, right? And so, yeah, welcome, guys. Grateful for all of you being here. And let's see here. All messages. There we go. Henny, Millie, Lindsay. Welcome, guys. Grateful to be here. Grateful to have you all here. We'll let everybody pile in and see what's what today. And yeah, so how we doing, guys? Hopefully, we're a good truth wave there and a good dunning. Just got an amber alert. Oh, favor, Christine. Favor there with the. All right, peaches. Good dawning. Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. Thank you. Nice to see you there. I didn't put my light on. It just looks bright enough. Sometimes it's like that big blue light blowing in your face there. But yeah, you walk off the. You ever have a blue light blow in your face for like that, like the spotlight for an hour? It's like when you get done, it's like groggy as all hell. But yeah, how are we doing, guys? Let's see who's here. All right, Millie's here. Purple Christine. My name is what? Okay, Slim Shady. Grand Rising, Josh and beautiful soul family. Thank you, Millie. Henny, Shelly, and Neil. You can't say Neil without going Neil. My name is what? All right. Hey there. My name is what? All right, guys. So welcome. Grateful to a Lakeside Laura. How are you? Grateful. If you missed 10 Minutes to Chill with Lakeside yesterday, check it out on her channel. It was pretty chill. Thank you. We always appreciate when that pops up and you're like, oh, I could use some chill. So yeah, thank you. All right, so welcome to Wednesday here, hump day. We're going to clear some energies from the week. Today we will work with Mind Info Oracle cards. It's just an easy deck to use, and it works well with me. Send the cards all over the table first. All right, we've got the Kuan Yin Oracle cards as well, so we'll pull a message from Kuan Yin. And just have a chill morning. It's been, it's all right. It's all right, just formulating my plan for my future universe here and what I'm going to do or not do. But most likely go to Cincinnati, but it's one step at a time here, but we're coming up with some sort of plan here. And will require work and door dashing once the car is repaired, but we can door dash to get our stuff moved, right? So yeah, so door dash. But yeah, so the car is getting the parts were ordered. I had to order through eBay, believe it or not, but that saved me saved $2,000. So yeah, so we get parts on the way. We'll have the car fixed up shortly and get back to door dashing here and there too. We're gonna use that to wing our way to something different. But yeah, so grateful, guys. Let's see what Kuan Yin has to tell us this dawning first. We'll take it one step at a time here. And all right, I kind of like this, the natural light, right? So that big beaming white light, like the artificial Chinese sun. All right, or their fake moon, right? All right, here we go. That's the card. You ever just cut it and that's it? All right, and yeah, so we're going to Red Rock, so I figured why waste the hair gel, so we just put the hat on early today, and we'll just wear the hat all day. Otherwise, we could go like this, right? But we don't want to do that. So yeah, there we go. All right, so a haircut is probably in order in my universe, but let's see what we got from Kuan Yin, and here's the card, and let me make sure it's legal here. Yeah, it's street legal for YouTube here, so we're good. But some of these would be considered softcore porn with their no top and such, but yeah, YouTube would think that. But it's weird if you dig through YouTube. If your heart, it's not like you have to dig, but if there's a whole nother side to YouTube where there is all kinds of nudity and stuff. If you get like the Taiwan, like Asian YouTube has nudity, Australian YouTube has nudity. But yeah, you can find these things. I wasn't like looking for them. I accidentally bumped into a video that bumped into a video, but there is actual nudity on the tube of you. All right, so here's the card. I'll read it as I hold it up. Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment and shift into the vibration of freedom, love, and peace, where you naturally belong. You are being urged to use this power to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that would otherwise dim your bright spirit. So be compassionate and pour forth that spiritual strength needed to liberate yourself from lower energies. There you go. All right, guys. So Kuan Yin for today. And let's see what we got from the Mind Info Oracle cards. We're going to work with the orange calcite as well today. And to drum up some abundance with the, actually it's fluorite. Or no, it's calcite. The orange calcite tower. And yeah. Witchy Trista. Good dawning, Witchy Trista, who was live last night. Favor, I ended up falling asleep, but Favor. Trista did her second live, which was really her first live, because the first one didn't, last night. So if you missed that, definitely check that out on Witchy Trista's channel as well. And yeah, amazing. And all right, so let's see what we get here. Bonnie, always my saddest day. Ooh, Favor. Lindsay, me, Bonnie, scraping walnuts out of my pool. I'm just kidding. Angela, oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah, it's true. My son has searched a couple of interesting terms on my YouTube late. Luckily, he's monitored very closely. Yeah, you can find some crazy stuff. It's hidden, right? Like YouTube is like all G and PG when you look at it, but if you dive into YouTube, there's some yeah, exactly, stuff on the tube there. But all right, guys. So let's see what we got here. We'll cut the cards. Take the bottom card out as the energetics, and then top 3 as how to receive said energetics, and then take the box lid out of the box first before we put the excess cards back in the box. All right. There we go. All right, so today's card is celebrate, right? You and Cool and the gang can celebrate good times. We all going to celebrate and party with you. Come on now. I actually remember where I was the first time I was in the car and I heard that. I was like, what are they celebrating? Why is this radio station celebrating? And so, yeah, it was the first, but nonetheless. You are being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishments. Celebrate a recent accomplishments. That's not proper English, but that's what it says. No matter how big or small, do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and much more. So what are you celebrating? You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishments. Not accomplishment, but so what have you accomplishments, as it says here, on celebrate? So you can, yeah, exactly. So let's celebrate. What are we celebrating and how are we celebrating? Is the question. So let's, 4 cards. Nope, just 3. All right. So we need to allow, right? So if we're celebrating, we needed to allow something to come in. So that's always good. You're being asked to open your energy field to take down the walls of protection to allow goodness into your universe, life, right? Or walla, if you read it properly. Walla or allow, yeah, allow, right? It's backwards, so it's walla. But yeah, so patience. So if you're celebrating something, you probably had the patience to let it come in, right? So you're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way that you want them in this exact moment. So again, patience, patience, young Padawan. It's the universe this time. It's never your time. It's the time the universe is going to do anyway. So good dawning, guys. Lindsay, I have seen and heard lots of birds today. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of birds. I've heard a lot of propeller airplanes, which work just as well as like a calming in my universe. But I don't know why. But all right, so relieve, relieve, or believe. Sorry, believe. You're being asked to fully believe in yourself and your dreams. It is time for the idea that lived inside your heart to be brought into the world so others can benefit from it. So believe. So let's put 2 and 2 together here and celebrate. So if we're celebrating, the idea is that we want to have something to celebrate, right? So in order to get to something that you can celebrate, right, we need to allow. So what are you allowing into your universe so that you can celebrate, right? So you need to allow. You need to have patience. It's always a virtue, right? So having patience there. Bonnie, it was close. I would help you pick up those walnuts. I need some of those nuts. I needed to make baklava. Oh, there you go. Making baklava. All right, Christina's making baklava. Wow. All right, that's pretty awesome. So have patience, and then finally, you have to believe in what you want to come in. If you're wanting to celebrate something, you have to believe that what you want to celebrate is going to come into your frame there. So belief, of course, is always the big one as well. You get what you believe in your universe. So if you believe that you're worthy of having something to celebrate, then you would have something to celebrate. Henny, good dawning. Lindsay, Angie, are you guys grateful to see? I'm going to get the light because this side's a little dark. But yeah, so how are we doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good hump day. So Mike. But yeah, there we go. Yeah. There we go. I'm a little more balanced. It doesn't do much, but it's a little more balanced. All right, this side's still a little shady. Slim and shady, right? So let's slide that over. There we go. Let there be light, right? And the Lord said, let there be light. All right, so yeah, grateful, guys. All right, so let's clear some energy. I know that hump day, right? Monday was a little different, and then Tuesday, yesterday, we had a chill chat. And so yeah, let's clear some energies for the week here, kind of rebalance on Wednesday here. And take it from there. We're going to work with Orange, so we're going to do work with abundance today as well, and probably do some sort of channeling. We haven't channeled all week, so we'll do some sort of channeling as well. But yeah, back to Red Rocks. It's going to be like 40-something. Mary wins. We have all won. Mary, nice to see you. Much love. So yeah, it's going to be like in the 40s tonight, so it'll be get the thermals out. I haven't had a good hump day in years, but we don't need to, favor. Favor, but we don't need to get into that. All right, thank you, Trista. That was, all right, so there we go. Welcome to, yeah, Mike. All right, guys, so exactly, same here. I think a lot of us here in the awakening, we don't, right, until we figure ourselves out. That's, down yonder street and around the corner, as far as all that goes. There's so much. Christine, you could go wild with all the walnuts. There's tons waiting to fall out of the trees. It gets dangerous when they fall. Hard hat time. Oh, well. Big favor there. Walnut tree. Cool. All right, so let's clear some energies, and we'll do some gratitude and even maybe some I am statements, or at least something to that effect. But yeah, spider energy out here too. Ooh, spiders. We got none of that. I haven't seen hide nor hair of any bugs this summer. I've seen a few flies and whatnot, but generally speaking, we are out here in the Colorado desert, high plains desert. We are bug free and pretty much all insects. I see a few ants here and there, but nothing at all. I haven't seen any of the general bugs. You don't hear any of the crickets or anything. It's just total silent. At night here, it's weird because you don't hear, like, you hear the crickets and the stuff and anywhere else on the planet, right? But here, all you hear is total silence. So you go to open up your patio at night. No bugs, no crickets, no nothing. It's just weird. We got spiders, and I don't like them, and they don't like arachnophobia. Stay limber and practice your maneuver. There you go. All right, so let's clear some energies from this week. Mary wins. Hi, Millie. Wait a minute. Hang on, I'm seeing what we got here. That's what I thought. All right, Felicia. Flow knows to cool off on hot rides. So there you go. So Felicia just dropped the video. It literally landed in my phone here. Flow knows to cool off on hot. Does Flow know? Flow knows. Flow is in the know. So so yeah, if you want to see how Flow knows, check out Felicia's just dropped video. And if I can find my do not disturb, there it is. Think. So we got that call yesterday. All right. There we go. All right. So yeah, so Felicia just dropped a video. All right, guys. So what do you want to clear from this week here? Monday, Tuesday, and of course today. And we didn't clear over the weekend either. So since Good Dawning was a little weird on Monday there with these 3 strikes, and finally we got it on the 3rd try there. But weird. I had to reboot the phone because it was sitting up, right side up. It said I had to reorientate my phone, and then it kept me kicking me sideways. Weird. It's been and I think a lot of you guys have been been noticing the energies have been quite woo the past couple of days. We had a G3 magnetic storm, which probably a lot of us here are still riding out the effects of. Yesterday was probably the wonkiest day for all of us. And then today we're riding out the high of the, you got to go down when it hits you, the energy kind of like, and then you go back up. But so today was that day where the energy kind of smacked us in the, or yesterday was the energy smacked us in the tuchus, so to speak, and now we're moving forward out of that energy, but or out of the heaviness of a G3. There's only 5 levels of a magnetic storm, so if you get a G5, then if you ever hear me say, "Hey, we're in a G5," then don't literally duck and cover. That was all an operation, energy operation, nonetheless. But to duck and cover, right? But no, it was yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you see anybody ever says G5, then you probably won't be watching much YouTube anyway, so it wouldn't matter. All right, guys, so let's clear some energies from, yeah, it would probably, the internet would probably be down on a G5, but there can be a bit alarming. I am manifesting a temporary place to live. Favor, Stacy. I am exactly doing the same as my lease is up in December, so we are manifesting even a floor at this point. It doesn't matter. For a couple weeks, a month. Sounds yummy, Angela. Enjoy. Everyone to Angela's place. Yeah, I'm down. I don't get too much, and I don't do it for myself. I don't do too much home cooking and such around here because it's just me. So like dinner could be me making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and standing in the kitchen and eating it. But yeah, and it has been a couple of nights, but in the past week. But yeah, or a veggie burger or something. But that sounds amazing. That's all. Yeah, we're all going to Angela's for. Made cacao and didn't have any vanilla extract. I put almond extract and it's delicious. Yummy. 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 Never thought to even... Yeah, cool. I've got a brick. I have a brick of cacao. I never used it, but I have somebody shipped me a brick of cacao. But I've shaved a little bit off, but it's just sitting up there. I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, so... but I do have cacao. Come on over. There's more. The more the merrier. California. Okay. So maybe I'll experiment with it. But... cacao, and if anybody's a good recipe for using my block of cacao, you have to shave it down, but let me know. But yeah, let's clear some energies from this week here. So what are you looking to clear from Sunday, from really when we met last on Friday was the last time we cleared energies. So what are you looking to clear from your frame? We're not looking to get rid of people or anything. We're just clearing situations, energies, and other things that crossed our energetic path, our boundaries that we want to clear out. And so what are you clearing from your universe as I clear from mine? Who's in Cali? Scotty, my brother's in Cali. Thanks, Angela. All right, Lindsay's brother is in Cali. All right, so let's clear those energies. And so take a moment, guys. What do you want to clear? There's different methods. You can write it out. If you're in Florida, you can run over, or California, you can run to the beach and put it in sand. If you want to chisel it like a tabla rasa, and then chisel it into a blank slate, you can do that. Lots of things you can do. It's your choice. It's your universe. But from this end and from my end here, I'm going to use the chalkboard method. So if you see me do this, like Bart Simpson writing it on the chalkboard at the beginning of The Simpsons, and then we erase it, right? We erase the energy, erase the person, the memory of that energy. We're not erasing the person. We're just erasing what they might have said, what happened. What we're carrying in our frame is what we're really releasing here. So take a moment, guys. This is self-guided. Do or do not. That is up to you. It only takes a minute. Just do like the things that pop into your head, the first few things. Clear the energies out. Break the energies. Send it off to the ether. Or whatever you want to do, you can return to the sender as well. That works too. Whatever works for you. Or you can eat the energies and transmute it. Some people do that. I know Millie had mentioned once that she eats the energies sometimes. And on Nuestra Tabla Rasa, she mentioned she eats the energies to transmute it, to use it as fire within herself, which is an amazing way to alchemize energies that are coming into your frame there, to absorb them, right? And then to re-alchemize them into energy that you use to create, right, to push out. So whatever works for you. Lots of cacao at the music festival we had here. There you go. Cool. You had a music festi. That would be awesome to live on like a music. I haven't been to a music festival in a long while. Long while. But yeah, it was fun. All right, so take a moment, guys, and clear some energies. Do or do not. This is on your end here. And I will be back in 1 minute to, yeah, exactly. So here we go, guys. Clear the energies. So here we go. All right, you can keep clearing energies, or you can see me doing this. But no, you can keep clearing energies. And again, anytime something comes up, don't hold it in your frame. Just give it away to your higher self. Dump it in the ground, bury it, throw it away, set it on fire, whatever, energetically. Just deframe it from you, however you choose to do so. I look forward to meeting all of you now that I have my passport. Yay! Lindsay has her passport. Awesome sauce. I have a passport. It's got one stamp in it, but it doesn't even have a stamp. They didn't bother. They don't stamp you when you're on a cruise ship, going into the Bahamas, but British, but the Dutch. Where's St. Martin? There we go. Dutch and British, but yeah. So they don't stamp you when you go into St. Martin, but yeah, it's expired as well. I got to get a new. At some point, I got to get a new passport too, but that's not on the front burner, but it's a secondary burner. But it's there. Me too, Lindsay. Almost feels like we have already been together, whether in the past or energetically. Yeah, same with me, Trista. My passport's like 10 years expired. It's expired. I can still use it to get another one, but yes, I really would love to meet everyone one day. Yes, Bunny, mine too. Yeah, so exactly. I almost never had a passport. I mean, if I hadn't gone on, I was supposed to go to here we go. I was supposed to go on a tour of castles with my last girlfriend. She was an audiologist, and the audiology company, the top sellers there before Affordable Care Act or Obamacare came into play, they could do junkets, right? Like we went to Disney World and stayed at the Grand Floridian for free. It was like our 1 year anniversary too. And so we stayed at the Grand Floridian for free and had 4 days or 3 days in Disney World. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. 3 nights and 3 days, and then flew out the next one. But yeah, it was awesome. And then the same company was going to send us to Ireland, right? And tour of Ireland, Scotland, and tour of castles and such. And it never actually happened because that's when the Affordable Care Act came in and chopped it. So I had gotten my passport for that, and it chopped down the law. It chopped down junkets, right, from medical companies. So no more golf junkets and going to visit castles, which have nothing to do with hearing aids. But yeah, so exactly. So we still had the passport, but it just only used once. But when I did manage to go on that cruise and go to, but yeah, otherwise it's never been stamped. So yeah, it totally expired. But we gotta get a new passport at some point there. But yeah, I did miss my trip, and then of course I was supposed to use it again. It wasn't expired. Right, the summer of 2020, we were gonna go to with Carmen, my recent. We were gonna go to Europe. Was her son was going to be playing in his college band thing over in Europe, a college concert in Europe, but it never. They don't even go to Europe now, but it never fruitioned because of co-envid, and so I got co-envided. But yeah, so I would have had tons of stamps. But yeah, so COVID kind of. So we got to get to Europe at some point there. So yeah, I got to get my passport redone. But so yeah, Lindsay's never had a. If you live in Canada, well, depending, most 90%, 80% of Canadian population lives within 200 miles of the U.S. border. So something to that effect. So yeah, if you're in Canada or if you're in like Detroit and you don't have your passport card, and used to be when I was in the Army, you just pull up to the Canadian border and be like, yeah, here's my driver's license. They'd be like, all right, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know, just driving around. They're like, all right, have fun. That was about it. Now if you say you're driving around Canada, they won't even let you in. Not at all. Like, I'm just going to drive around. They'll be like, not in my country. But vice versa. It's actually more vice versa than the other way. You can probably get away with driving in Canada, but you're going to get away with driving around in America. But yeah, so favor. So yeah, so what did you guys clear? Hopefully you cleared some stuff out there. But yeah, so passport expired for 5th. Henny, all right, Henny gets the prize there. Henny's passport has been expired for as long as I've almost been alive. So Henny's passport has been expired for 50 years. It doesn't even have the QR code. It doesn't have any of the barcodes. 50 years. It's like, what does a passport that's 50 years old even look like? Like 1970s passport. It would be from the 70s. It would be like 73, 4, 76, 75, 76. There you go. So, well, if it's 76, it's a bicentennial passport. I have no idea. I never had one, so that's that. There you go. So Shelly's never had one, and you don't need a passport. It's like if you're not traveling overseas, but then the way, and it's been presented to me by a few on this channel here, that if I don't renew my passport, then it's telling the universe I don't want opportunities to travel, right? So by going, I'll renew it when I need it, or if I ever need it, or I'll renew it when it's in time. I'll tell the universe then I don't have any want to travel over out of America, right? But yeah, so I did go to Switzerland and Italy and Yugoslavia, which doesn't even exist. The Yugo factory got bombed, and I think Yugo's coming back though. They're remaking the Yugo. So there you go. So Yugo, but it don't go, right. I always never understood how Chevy made the Nova, right? They made a car called Nova, which means no go in Spanish. So it's like, hi, would you like to buy the Chevy No Go? No bueno, right? If you're speaking Spanish there, they had the lowest amount of Spanish buyers of any car Chevrolet's ever made. I wonder why when you call it No Go, right? No va. But it was Nova, but Nova is no go in Spanish, right? So exactly. Well, technically you don't, but that's Clint. Good Dunning, grateful brother. Hey Clint, email me, man. I can't find your email on your channel there, so email me. And you had mentioned, so come in, hanging out on a Saturday night or something. I've been on a plane several times, so yeah, email me, Clint. Mr. Floyd, it's in the description and stuff, but Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com. I was not finding yours, but maybe I didn't see. 10-4, Roger Dodger. I've been on a plane several times as a child, but never today on a plane from. They're still same planes. No, not technically. They're not anymore. These 737s are not the same planes, I guess they figured out with the software update how to keep them from falling from the sky. Because I remember last year, 2 years ago, all the 737s. One of my YouTubers, somebody I watch again, she did a video like she was going to Japan, and she's like me getting onto my Boeing aircraft, and she's got like it's a back. I mean, she's not really getting on the plane, but she's got like wrenches and hammer and a big tool vest and a hat and construction hat. But yeah, no, I think they figured it. But yeah, no, I wouldn't get into like a DC-8 or like a DC-10. Remember DC-10s? So with the big engine in the back that hung out of the back wing there. The one that they crashed in Dallas. A couple of them crashed because DC-10s, unsafe planes. But even the planes now, though, I mean, they're safe if they're manufactured correctly. That's the biggest thing, is that they're not totally skipping parts or cutting costs. I don't know. I don't work for Boeing. I know somebody who remanufactured jet engines for a living, and he said, depending on where they're done, you may or may not want to get on that airplane. But he worked for GE directly. So, but he said if a third party was to fix your engine there, he would be questionable depending on what it was to get on that airplane. Now, if he fixed it at GE itself, no, of course, but that's a whole nother story. Not getting on planes. You know what, though, when you think about this a second. We're going to do something here, shall we? Think about this. There are over 15,000 flights in the United States, 10,000 flights in the United States every day, right? Just in the United States. Out of 10,000 cars, you're going to have a multitude of accidents, bang-ups, nicks, whatever. But 10,000 on the daily for how many days, right? It's called the chaos theory, right? So how many days do we go, right, where planes don't, months. Yeah, I mean, you may have a little airplane crash here or there, but generally speaking, when you think about how often these things fly, they land, they take off. Next day, they just keep doing it over and over. I mean, you drive your car like that to an extent. But, yeah, and they don't get checked. It just lands and take chaos. That's why you get on the highway there, it's only through, it's a chaos theory. It's only through sheer luck that it doesn't turn into like some sort of crazy explosion on the highway, right? That we all manage. It's the chaos. It's how all these crazy things actually. I don't know either, but when you have 15,000 plus flights a day just in the U.S., right, and then the flights over Europe and everywhere else, and they generally don't. You make 10 a year, but statistically, it's phenomenal. It's almost unstatistical. I mean, how they don't, but it shouldn't be, right? So that's what's goofy, is that you have less accidents than you really should. You have less crashes all the way across the board than you really there's no should, but you would think you would have with so many flights on the daily. But yeah, chaos theory. When the more chaos we create in our systems there, the more they actually work. It's kind of weird how that works, but like air traffic control is like literally the most chaotic system in the world. It relies on your flight when you're on a plane there, will sound scary, but it's not. When you're on a plane, your flight, you're relying on that one air traffic controller, right? That one guy or gal to monitor your flight and not sneeze or whatever while and everybody else, and it's moving down. And I've done that, and it's chaos theory, right? So I'm moving 40 helicopters around, and I got howitzers flying, shooting up, and I got to make sure the helicopters aren't flying over the howitzers, and then the guys on the ground aren't shooting it, and then the helicopters aren't shooting on the ground, and then the planes flying. Yeah, and when you're doing all that, being like war control, what I did in the army, chaos theory again just comes in because it's so much going on, but nothing ever seems to happen. You've never heard of all the way till now. I've never heard of a training accident. A big old training accident where the helicopters collided at Fort Drum. And it hasn't, it just, I don't know how these things work. You think trains, right? They're on the same track, going the same, different directions. There's not like north and south and east, and there's one track. And the train will go this way, and then 20 minutes later, you see a train going this way. But they never collide. It never happens. It just doesn't happen. You never hear of like two trains going to boom. They hear it maybe in India, occasional, but even then, very occasionally, and they have thousands of more trains running around than we do, hundreds of more trains, right, at the same time, with less track. So I don't get it. I don't want to know, but yeah, chaos theory. It's fun stuff, right? So yeah. 15,000 planes, but none of them, nothing. They don't even blow tires. I mean, you occasionally hear like a tire blower, but no. Jimena, good dawning, beautiful soul. Grateful to see you here as well. Love you guys. I'm grateful. All right, so chaos theory. So we were talking about not flying on airplanes, but then I went into chaos theory and how you have 15,000 flights in America. None of them ever maybe two crashes, nothing big, but... So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, so I can certainly understand, and Shelley, I can certainly understand and relate to not wanting. It's like, yeah, for sure, not wanting to fly. By God, for sure, but yeah, I don't know. It just blows my mind when you think about it. You're safer, you're way safer in a plane, but it's weird. Krista, good dawning. It was like a movie, like Airplane. No, but hi guys. All right, so we have. When are you guys going live again? When is yours? All right, now we have both of them on the channel here, right? We have Jimena and we have Clint on the channel here. So just so everybody knows here, and when do you guys go live on your combo? I mean, you guys go. Jimena's live at 2:00 or noon every day, and Clint's live when he's live. But and Saturday nights. But when do you guys go live on your specific combo channel? So I can. We go live tonight. Oh, okay. So tonight, there we go. Wednesday. I'm writing this down. And then I take all these papers and I'll put it all in the notebook. So Wednesday, PM after Truth Wave. Jimena and Clint. Okay. Experiment. Yeah, because I'll probably be able to watch, but sitting there waiting for the show to end. But yeah, so Wednesday, tonight after Truth Wave, guys. Jimena and Clint on the Experiment channel. So yeah, Wednesdays and Saturdays at 11. Okay, so Saturdays too. Saturday. So it's at the top of the hour after Truth Wave, guys. So Truth Wave will end, and you still have like 20, 25 minutes. And that top of that hour on Wednesdays and Saturdays. There we go. We'll have Clint and Jimena live. So on their channel, not... their combined channel there. But so speaking of channeling, we're going to channel here. So let's do so. Purple Moon Love, are you okay with flying now, Trista? Are you? I almost lost I was in a DC-10, right, flying to Florida, and I was like 8 years old, visiting my grandfather. And so I'm in the center section of the DC-10, and I go to the bathroom. Right? And they don't fly DC-10s anymore because the rear stabilizer would lock up due to... design flaws, but yeah, they tied all the hydraulic lines in the back of the plane in the one line, and so if that breaks, then the whole plane can't fly. So it's a bad move on McDonnell Douglas's port. Yeah, they didn't make a proper plane, but so I'm in the bathroom of this DC-10, and shoom, door opens up, and I'm sitting there in the bathroom, and I guess I didn't lock it properly, and yeah, so everybody looks at me, and I'm sitting there like on the toilet. On this DC-10, as this woman opens the door. But she apologized, closed the door, and stood out there until I was done. Make sure it did. But yeah, nonetheless, it was embarrassing. So that almost freed me from flying right there. I usually tell people in the plane, angels are with us. Every time I go on a plane, right hand. and the right side of the door, you get the fuselage and the door. I smack the plane and say thank you, and then I go in. Right, thank you for getting me where I need to go. So, bam, and then I always sit. I don't know why, but I always sit on the right or the left side of the plane. Don't ask me why, but I do. I don't think I've ever sat on the other side, but always on the when you're coming down the aisle. It'd actually be the right side, but left side if you're looking forward. But when you're coming down the plane, it would be the right side. So yeah, but I always, so I don't know why, but yeah. So when you go into a plane, give that plane some love, right? Are you giving it love? Are you seeing it in a golden bubble of light, right? Are you transmitting your energy into the plane, right? And you're not getting on the plane, because if you got on the plane, as it take off, you'd probably be blown off the top of the plane there. It's a lot less windy inside the plane, but yeah, if you're in the plane there, so when you get on the plane or in the plane, smack the side of the plane or give it a, and then sends you that. Put your hand on the fuselage, right? Do you ever touch the outside of the plane that you fly in? And then you're grounding yourself to that plane. And like, I got better things to do than, right? We got better things to do. We're going to make it. Thank you. Grateful. I love you. Right? Try that. It helps. But I do that on every single flight. I bam, smack the plane. But yeah. And I don't know why, but it gives that sense of, you have no control, right? When you're in a plane, you are in zero control. I mean, you can't even control how much, if you want a Diet Coke or Coke, how much Coke you either get the can or that little cup, right? Depending on the airline. And if you don't get the can, then you feel like you're gypped, right? It's like, shh. It's like, wait a minute. There's like that little shot glass of soda. That's not right. But and FY, never order coffee on an airplane. Coffee because they make it from the water that's sitting in the holding tanks on the airplane, and that's nasty as all get out. And it comes from a hose. We'll start there. Water that comes from a hose is generally not good anyways, because then you get all that rubber and plastic in it. But so yeah, never order coffee on an airplane. It's your tip of the day. I used to work for Delta Comair. I fueled jets. I cleaned cabins. I did this and parked planes. I used the tug. I drove the tug and pushed planes out. It was fun. I ran around the tarmac. I filled jet fuel, 30,000 pounds of jet. Yeah. Here's a question for you. Where are they holding all this fuel? If a jet plane holds like 25,000 or 20,000 gallons of fuel, right? 20,000 pounds. They go by pounds. So say you're fueling a plane, and you have to put 20,000 pounds of fuel in, or 10,000 pounds of fuel, right? Pounds. 10,000 pounds of. Where are they storing all this fuel? I mean, I know like in Denver, there's a pipeline that goes to the airport, literally. But where is all this fuel coming from? It's like I said before, it must be like when we're talking about all this manufactured stuff in the world, like seeds of factories in China. But where is? I've been dead, so I'm not scared of death or dying, but I still do want to be here to help heal the planet, so I want to be here for a long time. I've been in 2 car wrecks. I was not the driver. See, that makes a lot of sense why you do not want to fly, because you are not in control. But even when you're driving, you're not in control. But I get you. But speaking to the generation that grew up drinking from the hose, this is true. What we know now, that it was not the best thing to do. We survived, right? We all survived, but who knows, right? But maybe we'll all develop this weird tick, like 20. Yeah, but no, seriously. But yeah, no. There's a difference though between drinking from the hose attached to your house than a industrial hose coming from an airplane, at an airport. Right. I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, when I hook the industrial hose up to the water tank and fill up the water tank on the airplane there, that's not scrubbed out, by the way. They're not going in there and scrubbing that water tank out. You ever smell your water bottle? We'll leave it at that. But they do when they refurbish the plane and all that. But generally, it's not like, all right, let's get Bob in there with the scrubber. And no, it doesn't happen. So yeah, and if you don't wash your water bottle, we all work on with those metal water bottles now, like we're like permanently dehydrated. But yeah, so we care. But if you don't wash it out in 3 days, if you like just left the water, it would start to get a little, right? Exactly. And you're like, ooh, this tastes a little off. I'll leave it at that. Never order coffee on an airplane at all, or a glass of water. If they give you a bottle of water, take the plastic over the water in the tank from the bottle of water, right? All right, so let's channel. Channeling channel. So we will channel somebody. Does anybody have a channeling preference? Because 22 crew, grateful guys. Does anybody have a preference of who I loved? The sprinkler. Yeah, I miss all that. It's running through sprinklers and all that jazz as a kid there. But all right, so no specifics here. I will just channel Not a problem, but all right, guys. Me too. All right, so we're going to. Poof. All right, Purple Moon. You have a. Which I love when the firefighters always. Yeah, they used to do that in Baltimore. I never saw it in Cincinnati, but in Baltimore they would bust the fire hydrants all the time, and you'd be driving down the street. And it's like, oh crap, fire hydrant. The hose water was always cooler and more delicious from the tap than from the tap. There we go. Hershey, good dawning. All right, guys, so let's, I'm going to do a channeling here, and we'll see who we get here. And yeah, and then we will close out, we're going to do channeling some I am statements, and then we will close out. We're not going to do gratitude today. We'll hold gratitude, but we'll do I am. And then we will close out with Citrine here. And yeah, see what we get. They did a couple years ago in my street. I brought back memories. There we go. I'm busting out the fire hydrants. All right, guys, so here we go. Channel here. Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here. We are channeling through Josh for you today, but we're going to talk about the chaos theory, right? We are going to talk about the chaos in your universe, right? So we were talking about, before the channeling here, the chaos theory about how 15,000 plus airplanes fly on the daily, right? But they do not crash in the United States, right? So we are talking about controlled chaos, like your universe. Are you controlling the chaos in your universe? Are you letting the chaos control you in your universe? It's the question we are asking of you today. Where do you stand in the chaos of your universe? Or do you stand out of the chaos? Do you allow chaos into your universe as well? That is another question you can ask for yourself. And if you are standing in the chaos, then why are you allowing the chaos into your universe unless you are standing in the trauma and the chaos is part of that deal? There is no reason for chaos in your universe. You are source. You do not need to create chaos. You peace, right? Why would you create and allow for chaos to be reigning in your universe? If you are source, do you think source is going to create chaos? We may create an earthquake to relieve pressure. We may create a tornado to relieve the low and the high pressure mix, right? But we are not going to purposely create chaos on your planet, right? You are the ones creating chaos in your universe every day by not doing what you need to do. By sitting in your trauma body, right? When you are sitting in your trauma and you are feeling the chaos of what happened years ago in your universe, you are not controlling your universe. You are out of control, right? You are being controlled by situations that happened to you many moons ago, right? So why are you standing there allowing for the controlled chaos to run your universe? That is the question that Saint Germain is asking of you today, right? If you are standing in the chaos of your old patterns, right? Your old self, the old traumas and the dramas, but you are standing in a new universe, right? You are years ahead. Then why are you allowing for the chaos to control your life, right? You are the one stepping backwards in time while you are standing in the present time. Are you in understanding of what you are doing? Then you are not in control, right? That is what we are telling you. You are not in control if you are standing in traumas and dramas that happened 30 years ago, right? You are still releasing cortisol from the situation that happened, even though you are 30 years down the line, right? So if you are thinking you are living your universe, and this goes to all of you out here in the greater source field, right? If you are thinking that you are standing in your traumas, in your dramas, and you are having reactions to this, and spasmodic reactions to that, and traumatic reactions and whatnot, then you are just as well in the chaos theory of your own universe, because you are not living in your universe. You are allowing the past, right, to cause chaos in your current universe, right? You are living out of balance, right? You are part of that chaos theory then, because you are allowing for the energies to cause chaos right now, to mayhem in your current universe. When you get in the car, you have no control, right? So you are driving along, and we are all driving along. It is pure energetic miracle that everybody's hitting the brake at the right time. We're all paying attention. If you are looking at it from the grander thing, right? Stand for a moment and think about all the cars driving along a highway, right? A busy highway at 70 miles an hour. If your speed limit is 65, maybe 75 miles an hour then, but you are getting what we are saying. And we are all whizzing by, right? And it is controlled, right? You have space in between the cars. Each driver is in its own frame there. Everybody, and even in the cars, you might have somebody eating and drinking, and you're doing other things, right? Talking on the telephone, which is not legal mostly, but you are doing it, right? So not only are you driving, but you are also doing other activities as well. You are like the Jamaicans, right? You have 3 jobs, man, right? So Are you understanding how you are doing this, right? So you are eating and you are moving at 75 miles an hour, and everybody around you is moving at 70, 75, and you are having to weave through traffic. That is pure chaos. If you really think about it, if you thought about this a moment and released, you don't have any fear about it either, right? You are in this hurling box, right? That weighs 2 tons, right? And you are hurling down the highway. And you are eating and you are driving and you are centered and chill and most likely most relaxed, right? So you are doing all this unless there's 2 ways to go when you are driving. Get centered or you just get frustrated and blow off your energies, right? And go into that, right? But when you are driving along, are you seeing how easy you could go poof? How dangerous it really is and how chaotic. I mean, you are moving this vehicle at 75 miles an hour, right? That's not too super fast, but nonetheless, it is fast enough, right? And so you are hurling along and you are having to keep up with the traffic. You're having to make sure when you cross lanes that there's nobody there, all at the moving speed, right? So if you are standing in your frame for a minute and you think about the miracle that is, right? The absolute amazing thing that is, that you are not splatting each other, right? That you are not running over each other. That you are not angry at each other. Generally speaking, you are even polite, right? There's that few moments where people get angry and they buddy and all that stuff, right? And you might hear crazy stuff from their car, but nonetheless, people will slow down, let you in, what have you. Chaos. It's pure chaos because everybody's only in control of their own car and it's moving at this massive speed, right? But yet it still flows. Why? Because we believe it does. That's part of the reason why the chaos theory works, right? You get on that airplane. Everybody on that airplane is believing that they're going to get where they're going to go, right? Generally speaking, there may be one is in fear, but the overall energy is grateful that we get to the other side, right? We land. And so if you are seeing that, then you are getting in your car, right? And you are grateful that you are going to arrive at the store, right? Or you're going to arrive wherever you are going, right? To a concert, or you are going out to dinner, right? And you are grateful you will arrive at the restaurant. So, but you are already seeing that. You are already not, there is nothing in your frame that is telling you, I am not going to make it. This is going to be dangerous and I'm going to crash, right? None of that. You have the belief, and this is why the chaos theory works. You have the individual belief that you are going to achieve what you are looking for. You are going to get where you need to go safely. And what happens? 99.999999999% of the time, you get where you need to go safely. You get there where? Generally even on time, right? You have to guesstimate when you are leaving. I have to be there at 10:30, right? Whatever time, 11 o'clock, right? So you guesstimate I have to leave. And generally speaking, what do? You pull up within 3 minutes, right? You're like, ooh, it's 11 o'clock. Perfect. How does that work? Are you in understanding of how more you are directing than you are really seeing? If you are chaos, right? You are getting on an open road, right? How many times have you been on the open road and never find anything a couch on the road, right? Nothing, right? Now, granted, rocks, big rocks to block your car. Why is the road always clear, right? Nobody's ever throwing things in the road. It's always a flat, clear surface. You walk down a sidewalk, there's always rocks to kick, right? You walk down a driveway, there is rocks in the driveway. But you are driving down a major highway, right? There is no couch, there's no credenza on the highway. You do not see an office chair in the way. You are not seeing trash bags generally in the middle of the road, right? Nothing, right? Unless there's a truck that is spewing stuff, right? Generally speaking, it is a flat, clear surface. Again, chaos theory. Anything can land on that road, right? But nothing never generally does. Why? Because again, chaos theory, you see it, we all see it as clear and safe. So what we are getting at here is that the chaos theory is really just us generating trusting energies, right? We all get on that plane and trust it's going to land. We all get in our car and trust we're going to get where we're going to go. We all get on the road and trust it'll be clear and flat, right? It will not be lumpy and have big rocks or furniture in the road, right? Are you in understanding? I think you are, right? So see the chaos theory as really it's just us seeing and pushing energies that, yes, if we were all fearful getting in the car, right? If we were like, oh my God, we're in this giant box made of steel and it could kill you, right? And you would smash into a wall, right? Boom. Just like Aerosmith, you drive in, boom, right? Drive your car into the wall like the Aerosmith video, right? But what you are getting at is we don't do that. You're in the car, if you even think about going, and driving off the road, you cannot. It's like there's an invisible barrier that just generally speaking does not allow you to just go, it's over, and drive off the road, right? Not going to, it does not happen. There's like an autonomic response. So what we are getting at here is the chaos theory is real, but you are the ones in control of the chaos theory by getting in the car and trusting you're going to get there. going to the having surgery and trusting that the surgeon will, it all works out, and it always does, right? Are you seeing starting even certain countries starting wars and going, we're going to get drawn in, right? It has not happened yet. More of us are saying not in our universe, and so it is not happening. We have that chaos theory really is just you, right? Think about that a moment. When you get on the airplane, right? Slap the side of the fuselage and say thank you to the airplane, right? And then get in the airplane and be grateful where you are going to land. Everybody in that plane is grateful. If you all sat on the plane and went, ooh, we are all going to crash. We are grateful we are going to crash. Cancel that, right? Then the plane would most likely what? Crash, because you are all generating that energy. That's just how the chaos theory, that's how we manage them, right? We all get on a cruise ship and we go, ooh, we cannot wait to disembark at the first location. So all of that already, we are pushing the cruise ship to the first location so we can all disembark. When you get in the car, you are excited about where you are going, generally, right? You are going to, maybe you are going, it's 1985, and you are going to Toys R Us, right? So you are excited, right? So you are like thinking about what you are getting at Toys R Us. You're not worried about the car ride. And so that negates any, you are stepping past the possibility of even having a wreck in the car because you are already at the Toys R Us, right? So you are seeing yourself there safely. And then you are seeing yourself at home playing with your toys, right? So then at that point, you are safely driving home, right? So it's all about energy. If you are seeing how you are running the chaos theory, you are in control. Releasing transmission. All right, so the chaos theory. There we go. And how it works in action is you guys actually seeing, visualizing, getting on the plane and going, yeah, we're fine. We're grateful to be in Orlando, right, wherever you're flying to. And so, yeah, so you get on the plane and you're like, ooh, I can't wait to get to Orlando. Bam. And so you land in Orlando because you don't have any thought of it crashing, right? And everybody else on the plane is grateful to be in Orlando as well. So there you go. And chaos theory, we carry it through. So all the 15,000 planes that don't crash on the daily, it's because everybody in those planes is already expecting. Your expectations create your universe to an extent. They're already expecting to be wherever they land. Now, weather and things can happen, but generally speaking, they don't expect to crash. Even if that happens, weather, they still make it there at some point, right? All right, guys. So let's work with the citrine here and grateful. And then we will close out for today. Let's do some I am statements, actually, first. We do have some time here. I wonder what happened to those kids. Truly believe, Lindsay, I also had a great uncle die saving a kid from a tractor. He jumped off and died, and she was, favor. Oh, my God. So much love. All right, so we're going to do some I am statements for today, and I am is who we are and what we want to create. So follow with me, and if you want to follow along, and we're going to basically just generate and state some I am statements. We're going to do it's a collective, and hold that frame for today. A line from my poem, Chaos is Coming, but it's no longer profitable. The light workers are here and we are unstoppable. Absolutely. That's the other part, right? We see not in my universe. How many people keep saying whatever they want to say? Not in my universe. We keep doing that. It's not going to show up because I see in my universe, which is combined with the greater source field, none of the chaos, right? So if you see none of the chaos too, it all combines. That's awesome, Stacy. Thank you. All right, guys. So I am. So if you want to follow along or not, let's take a deep breath. Breathe in and hold it and release. Breathe in and hold it and release. And one more. Breathe in. 4 seconds, cycling your breath. Hold it and release. All right. So I am, right? So here we go. I am the love that I am looking for today. I am the joy that I am looking for today. I am the financial abundance I am looking for today. I am the awesomeness in the greater source field that the greater source field is looking for today. And I am all joy. I am all love. I am all peace. And I am all awesomeness today. I bring that into my universe and I hold that frame for today. Poof. Hallelujah. There we go. All right, so some I am statements there. And you can do that anytime. I am awesome, right? Look in the mirror and say that I am having an amazing day. I am the awesomeness I am looking for. When you get on an airplane, I am safe, right? Get in a car, I am arriving safely. We can create our universe a lot easier. And I've just started working with by really generating I am statements. wherever and throughout our day, not just here and there. But I am going to have an awesome day, right? I am not going to freeze my butt off in 45 degrees at Red Rocks today because I found my thermals. Exactly. My thermal pants. So there we go. Pretty love to hear both of your poems, Lindsay and Stacy. Awesome, guys. All right. So, yeah, poetry. I'm seeing a poetry slam on YouTube. All right. So keep in mind, Saturday, guys, we're going to have a Zoom. I'll get that set up. Tomorrow, we'll put the link on Friday and let it roll out till Saturday for the Zoom through the community tab there. And so, yeah, if we find anybody interesting who shows up, then we can Zoom them out. But, yeah, so Saturday, instead of Good Dawning itself, we'll have a link to the open party Zoom, and we'll do that as Good Dawning, and then we'll get into the regular scheduled Good Dawnings on Saturdays as best as I can based on work and life. Otherwise, the weekend edition of Good Dawnings. But yeah, all right, guys, thank you. And here we go with the citrine. And so from your end and my end, actually, it's our calcite, not citrine. My bad. But either way, so be there or be square, and here we go. So energy works with your permission, of course. If you want to close phone out or what have you, you can. We'll clear the air first. And here we go. All right, and do. There's no music today. Do. I had trouble getting the laptop to fire up. It's all right though. All right, so what are we looking for today, guys? Awesomeness, right? So ground into the pillar here, and you can feel it in your root chakra and sacral chakras for sure. Orange, of course, is the color of abundance as well, so we're going to bring in some hump day abundance and bring in some monies. All right. We almost ran into a jaywalker going into the vet. Jaywalking's legal now. We love Josh's music best. Thank you, Krista. Jaywalking in Colorado is, at least in Denver here, it's legal. They gave up on trying to ticket you for that. And of course, they don't have the funds to write tickets for jaywalking in Denver at this point. I said to his brother, your brother almost got creamed. Watch him. He was dusted too. Right place, right time, favor. All right, guys. We work with the abundance in the universe here. As well, you may feel this in your heart chakra, your crown chakra, anywhere really. Do 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 do. I feel that one. Do do do. La whew. La 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 la. La, there we go. La 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 la. Love you too, Christine. Purple Christine. I can't do the heart. Purple Christine. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I almost get hit all the time with my job because I'm standing in the road, right? The buses will come by. At this point, I'm not scared. The bus will come by, like, literally. The shuttle buses, like, that far from me. I'll smack the back of the bus. I'll just hit it. Bam. I don't care. I've had a tire come, like, within a quarter of an inch of my foot. And I've had a few cars, two specifically, try to run me over, but because I wouldn't let them do what they wanted. You are welcome. Thank you. It feels good here too. Bring in some abundance. Ginning up some money here. We got to move some universe. We got to move my universe, right? So we got to bring in some fundage to move my universe because it's about time to move it. Muhammad needs to come off the mountain at this point. You know, Muhammad goes to the mountain. Sometimes then Muhammad has to climb off the mountain, right? If you don't bring them, you know, you've heard that term, Muhammad, bring mountain to Muhammad, or Muhammad goes to the mountain. You know what's weird is I forget what because you're different up here, right? I'm in a high plains desert, so I forget what a regular forest is like with real, like an old school forest, because they don't have those out here. And in order to find one, I'd have to drive deep into Kansas or something, or way far north. So yeah, chaos theory. Remember, we're the ones controlling it. So if we all got on the plane and said it's going to crash, then it would. But we all get on the plane expecting it to land, right? There's no unexpected. So it's our energy that's creating all this. It's our belief that it's going to fly, that it does, that it really does. I mean, there's science to it, but it's our belief that it's going to make it, that it does. Even if it has 50,000 engine hours on it and not been, spent the night, been used every day. All right. Let's see here. We'll figure another song here. Way down in... No, I don't know. I can't think of a song here. Michael, row, row your boat gently. But life is a dream, right? They're telling you it is. But they also tell you that doing the hokey pokey is what it's all about. So who the heck knows? Just like somebody to come out and go, here's the instruction manual. Here's how we're doing it all wrong. We need more poems. What is it? I don't know. I'm not a big poet guy. What are you doing? Energetics with calcite. What are you doing? But welcome. Great to see you there. Yeah. So we're working on abundance, and we're just creating flow in our chakra system with the calcite, doing abundance. Or citrine, I should say. Orange citrine. I don't know if it's calcite or citrine. Stacy, let us know if you do okay. Hi all, we're receiving a healing right. Exactly. Thank you. I'm about to seal it off here, guys, since we crossed the hour here. Trying to keep the show closer to it. Didn't happen yesterday, but clearing energy work. Thank you. That's another way to say it. And we are chatting, and my name's Josh, Mr. Floyd. I channel Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, and White Buffalo Calf Woman. Today we channeled Archangel Raphael and talked about how we are in control of the chaos theory because we all believe that the airplane's going to make it where it's supposed to go. So if you're flying to Orlando, Florida, we all don't have a doubt that the plane's going to land in Orlando, Florida. That's the chaos theory. It does. If we all thought the plane was going to crash, it would. That's how we keep the planes in the air, outside of the fact that we maintain them. So that's what we were discussing. Or how you get in the car and you have an expectation of arriving wherever you're going safely, right? And you do. If you're having a really terrible day and your energy's horrifically scattered, you may get into an accident because you're in chaos already. Quantum energy transcends time and space. There we go. All right. So we're going to seal this off here in just a moment. There we go. Sealed. Whew. All right, guys. Seal this off. Put it out of the way. I am awesome today, right? I am having the most amazing day ever already, and I am in expectation that my day will be even more amazing. Set some expectations for your universe today and expect it to... Alabas, energy goes through the phone or whatever screen you are using. This energy goes everywhere. Absolutely. Go look up the patent for a televised vision. It's a patent for a mind control device. It is not a patent for a television. The television patent is actually listed as a mind control device. So yeah, so energy does definitely flow through screens and whatnot. But yeah, I am that I am. There you go, Popeye. Thanks, guys. All right, so let's close this out with a group hug, as we always do. Left arm up to the person to your left, right arm up to the person to your right. And we take our arms and put them up and make a huddle, like a football huddle, like you'd see like maybe in Australian rules football, but we're not going to push each other around the field like they do in rugby and whatnot. Not at all. So we take that love and we send our love from our left hand. It spins around. each one of us and comes from our left to our right, and it spins around. So it's going through, whether your heart's here or you think it's here, whether it's on your left or in the center of your chest. That's up to which timeline you're on. As it spins around through your left side or the center of your chest, we collect all of our hearts, and it spins faster and faster until it's one big heart. And we take that loving one heart that we have of each of us now spinning together as one, and we lock that love like a reverse tornado up into the greater source field. And we see everybody in the greater source field in awesomeness, love, and light. And we see each of one of us in awesomeness, love, and light. And as we go out today, we see each and everybody in the I am that they are. We see each and everybody in the love that they are. And we see each and everybody in the potential that they have. We support each and everybody on this planet by bringing love. We support each and everybody on this planet by seeing them in that potential. And we support everybody on this planet by lifting each other up on the daily. We go out, as we go out today, into the greater source field, into our universes. We bring love with us. We carry that love with us, and we see each and everybody as we walk past each and everybody, lifting them up in the love, in the highest love that we know that they are, even if they don't know it themselves. We go out today carrying the love and carrying the energies that keep the chaos theory going, right? Carrying the energies of, I will make it there, I have made it there, and the plane does land, right? We carry the energies of, it is in my pocket, I have enough, and no worries as I swipe the ATM card today. And we carry those energies of all awesomeness through Mother Gaia, to Mother Gaia, and to each and everybody on this planet today, as we see everybody in their highest love, their highest joy, and their highest light. We see Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's or O's in the sky for us today, through our realize, and of course, every sip of water we drink is pure and clear with no plastics or forever chemicals. We see everybody in their highest light, and we say, hallelujah, so it is, and so it shall be. And we seal it with love. All right, guys. You are the light that holds up the chaos theory. You are the light that holds up the love on this planet, and you are the love that holds up your light as well. Have a day as amazing as you are, because you are all amazing. Realize that. Anybody, Trista, you went live on YouTube last night. How many people do that? Peaches, you go live on YouTube. Give awesome readings. You're spreading your light. You guys are awesome. Every single one of you guys are amazing. Purple Moon Tarot, who I am subscribed to. Iron Fire. All of you guys carry that light, be that energy, and help lift this planet up as you walk out today, because we are the lift. That we are the first wave, so be that first wave. Be the light that everyone else doesn't understand, but will eventually have to understand in some fashion. All right, guys, I love you. Stay awesome, because you are. And as you release your darkness, you're creating from that light body. Have an amazing day, guys. Thank you. I'll see you all in the next. Hey, you're amazing too there, Linda. Don't think anything else otherwise.